evening, everyone, and welcome to the first Frocktober Fundraising Tips and Tricks webinar that we're doing. My name's Georgie Herbert, and I'm the Donor and Partnerships Director at the Ovarian Cancer Research Foundation. I'd really like to welcome you all. Thank you very much for first and foremost signing up for Frocktober, but secondly, coming to learn a bit more about the little ideas and things that we've learnt along the way to help you really maximise your fundraising and your awareness raising as we move through the campaign. So to kick things off, I'd like to just acknowledge the traditional owners of the lands on which we are all gathered, which is all around Australia tonight. I'm on Wurundjeri country, but I know we've got people coming virtually in from everywhere. So I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of those lands and acknowledge their elders past, present, and any Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islanders here with us tonight. Now, this webinar is being recorded and will be available on the Frocktober resources of the website. So if you miss anything, don't stress, you can go back and have a bit of a look. There's also the Q&A little section for anyone that wants to create wants to add a question, and we'll get to those questions at the end. And the format that we're going to take you through will be just first and foremost a bit of an introduction. I'll introduce you to the donor partnerships team shortly. We'll have a couple of amazing panelists, two of my absolute favourite Frockers of all time, in Graham and Sue. A little bit later, we'll do a Q&A with them. So to kick things off, I might get the gorgeous donor partnerships team to turn their camera on because I can see that they don't have it on, and say a big hello. We have the A team. Adele, give us a wave, Adele.
Hello.
Abby, I can see
Hello.
part of Abby's head there, and Amy.
Hi.
These three amazing ladies form the donor partnerships team and at the ICRF, and are here to support everyone through Frocktober. So I call them the A team because not only do all of their names start with A, which is a wonderful coincidence, but they also are the absolute best in the business. So you'll have their contact details. Please do feel free to reach out to any or all of us at any stage if you want to check in and run any of your fundraising plans or ideas past us or need any support. So let's kick off, guys. I'll get you to pop the next slide up, Adele, and make sure that I'm on the right slide with you. Have you got the slide up, Adele? I can't. I've just got a blank screen now. Oh, there we go. What is Frocktober? So I'm sure that's something you guys already know. It's our most fashionable fundraiser, and it's really all about having fun in the name of raising funds for ovarian cancer research. How you take part is completely up to you. So for those of you who are here who are new to Frocktober, very traditional method was to do 31 dresses in 31 days. If your wardrobe isn't quite up to that, which very few are, I understand, there's loads and loads of ways to frock. So we encourage people to frock for one day, a frocktail party, or a Frocktober. So we really encourage everyone through Frocktober to use your creativity to get involved. Next slide, please, Adele. Why frocking matters. Last year, we were able to award $2.4 million in research grants, and Frockers actually raised $1.2 million. So it shows what a significant chunk of our fundraising funds go to research that are raised from Frocktober. So survival rates of ovarian cancer are super low. I know most of you will know that. They're still languishing at less than 50%. So it's really, really important to be raising all this amazing money to invest in research so that we can meet our goals around research, around finding an early detection test, improving treatments, ultimately preventing the disease. So it's fantastic to have you all on board and working towards that goal with us. So next slide, please, Adele. Our three kind of main ways to frock this year are frocking up in any which way you so choose. Frocking at work. So we've got quite a number of you registered now to be workplace frockers. And that's a fantastic way to really spread the word, getting your workplaces involved. And also hosting an event. We're finding more and more, particularly in a post-COVID space, that people are really loving the opportunity to use events to get their fundraising up and going. Next slide, please, Adele. So the next thing we're going to do is run you through our top 10 fundraising tips, and I'm going to hand over to Abby and Adele and Amy, the A team, to take you through those. There are 10 really great sort of tips that we've found are consistently the real winners in terms of being able to really uplift your fundraising. So I'll hand over to the girls to run you through those, and I will jump on mute so that you can't hear my dog in the background. Over to you, girls.
Perfect. Thank you, Georgie. So myself and Amy will run through our top 10 fundraising tips. So to kick off, our first tip is making your page personal. So personalizing your page makes a huge difference. In fact, fundraisers who add a story in the description raise 65% more on average. Personalizing your page, like Adele has done so, lets people know how important the cause is to you, gives an emotional connection, and can inspire people to donate or join in. When you click share, the reason why you're fundraising will auto-populate, making it super easy, as we can see here underneath the why are we fundraising. You can also add updates and images to your page so people can follow along and see all your fabulous frocks. Our next tip is getting social. So tell everyone about your amazing frocking event, or however you wish to frock. People who raise the most usually post every day. This keeps people engaged and reminds them to donate. So to help you, we've created 31 captions for 31 days and also snazzy new social media tiles to help you communicate just why Frocktober is so important and spread awareness about ovarian cancer. Some of our frockers take all the pictures on one day, for example, on a Sunday, so they don't have to worry about taking photos every day. And when you're posting social media, you can also link to your fundraising page. There's a little link on your page itself that you're able just to copy, so it makes it super easy for you. But you won't be able to do this on Instagram posts, but you can put your link in your bio and direct people to there. We also have pre-made email signatures and templates and template emails that you can use, and we'll discuss some of our other resources later on. Our next tip is to gather a team. So get your friends and family all involved to share the load. Put a call out to see who'd want to join. You might be surprised. I was actually chatting to someone who did this the other day, and 2 old school friends reached out to say they do it with her, which is always much more fun in a team. If your friends and family don't want to take part, ask them to get involved by sharing your fundraising page with their own network. They could also help share the load by doing a day of Frocktober for you. Our next tip is creating your own challenges and competitions. So by creating your own mini challenges and competitions, it can really boost your fundraising and make it much more fun for you and your donors. They capture attention and encourage people to donate, and it can also incentivize donors. The thrill of competition can motivate donors to give you more, and challenges can also foster a sense of community among supporters. People also enjoy cheering each other on, creating camaraderie and collective support for your cause. Unique challenges can also really make your fundraising efforts stand out. Here you can see Sue's Mad Monday. You'll get to meet the lovely Sue later on. She wore a different frock for each donation received during a 24-hour period. Some other ideas could include agreeing to wear something outrageous like formal wear at the supermarket for every milestone reached. Bonus to get great photo opportunities here too. Fitness challenges, so maybe commit to doing a silly exercise like jumping jacks in a tutu for every donation received. Posting videos to showcase your dedication. creative competitions, such as hosting a contest where supporters can submit their own fun challenge ideas. The most popular idea can be chosen for you to complete, keeping everyone involved. And another option would be donation raffles. So for every donation over a certain amount, enter the donor into a raffle for a fun prize. This not only encourages larger donations, but also builds excitement around your fundraising efforts. Our next tip here is to tell the media. So write to your local media and tell them all about your Frocktober fundraising efforts. Here you can see some examples of media coverage of Frocker Sue. Media coverage could help you reach a larger audience, potentially attracting more donations, but just as importantly, it will help you raise awareness and might help to inspire others to join in. Sharing your story can also educate the public about ovarian cancer, its importance, and the need for research funding. Media attention can also foster community support, encouraging local businesses and individuals to get involved. And we can also help support you reaching out to the local newspapers. We have some templates that we can share with you too. I'll now pass you on to Amy, who will kick off some more.
Hello. Okay, so I've got a few more tips to get us raising awareness for ovarian cancer during Frocktober and raising some funds as well. So one great way is to frock up in the workplace and ask your boss to get involved. You can see if your workplace would be interested in matching donations, putting the boss on the spot to match your donation for you right there and then, or just contributing to your workplace fundraiser is also really, really awesome way to get them involved. You could also host a variety of events in your workplace. We'll speak about this a little bit later on, but it could be anything from a morning tea, a bit of a bake sale, even just gathering the team to host a lunch together and all chipping in a bit of money to go towards your fundraiser for Frocktober is a great way to get involved in the workplace. And a brand new way to get involved this year as well is to get the whole team kitted out in our brand new Frocktober merch. So if you don't feel like wearing a frock, or you have some people that might like to have a bit of merch that they can wear year round as well, our brand new merch offering is a great way to do that. If you get in contact with us, we can help you with any kind of bulk orders you want as well. I'll show you what they look like. So we've got some gorgeous merch this year. We've got the teal t-shirt, which we know so many of our ovarian cancer community members will really love and love to get around as well. We've got the white t-shirt, the black tee, and then also 2 pins, which look gorgeous not only on your work blazer, but you might want to pop them on your laptop carry bag as well. Or we've even got the lilac tote bag, which I can say most of us in the office are starting to nab them out of the garage stockpile as well and use them to carry our bits around in. So yeah, merch is a really great way to help your fundraising for Frocktober. The other way to really help with your fundraising can be to give your donors a little bit of context around what goes into their donations and what that means in terms of research as well. Sometimes just reminding people that the small sacrifices really do add up and they really do make a difference as well. So it could be about encouraging people to donate the cost of their weekly coffee. If it's their next nail appointment, instead goes towards your fundraising. That could really go a long way in supporting ovarian cancer research as well. And it really motivates people to take action and just show as well that those small sacrifices really do go a long way. And we have this year a bunch of really amazing kind of dollar handle social tiles that you can download and use and encourage people and just show what their support really goes towards. So a little bit about those events that I was speaking about before. You could do them in the workplace, or they're a great one as well if you like to be a bit social and get all your friends together. You'd love to meet a few new faces from your community, share it around, let people know that you could be throwing all different kinds of events. We have a lot of Frockers that throw many fabulous events. one you'll hear from a little bit later on as well, one of our favourites. And throwing events is a really great way to start conversations about ovarian cancer, about Frocktober and why we love it, and start those conversations and just really get people to learn a little bit more as well in a really fun setting. We have Frockers throw events in all different kinds of ways. This could be throwing a frocktail party, you could have best dress competitions, silent auctions on the night, and raffles as well, and these all really help to boost fundraising efforts. We have quiz nights that go on all around the country. Everyone loves a bit of trivia, especially here in Australia, so you can get competitive with your friends and you could quiz people from everything from fashion to ovarian cancer. Other ways you can get involved could be as simple as throwing a picnic, getting everyone together in your community, playing some games out in the sun. Again, raffles are really great for this, and just having a bit of a donation box for everyone to pop a few dollars into as well. Like we said before, just encouraging people that a little bit really does go a long way. You could get active, you know, get frocked up, get your running shoes on, do your fun run in the park and get everyone to donate as well is a really good one. And then the last is also our tools and resources that we've been talking about. So we've put together a bunch of amazing resources for Frockers this year, and whether it's the first time that you're ever doing Frocktober and frocking up, or if you've been a bit of a veteran for a while now with Frocktober, we've put together some amazing resources that will really help you. So we really encourage you to head over to the website and download these and have a look at them. They begin with 3 detailed guides. So if you're frocking up, you're hosting an event, or you're doing something in your workplace, it really will show you how you can get involved with Frocktober this year. And any kind of questions that you might already have, hopefully they've already been answered in the fundraising guides for you as well. There's a bunch of social assets for you to download, so captions, tiles, things like that. We encourage you to share these far and wide with your crowd. Bunch of other things, a bit of Frocktober bingo there, so if you need a bit of inspiration on how to frock up, that's a great one to go have a look at. And then we've got a bunch of things for your workplace as well, so posters, raffle kind of prize request templates, letters, all those kinds of things, they'll be there. So hopefully it makes your Frocktober planning a little bit easier for you, and that we've done hopefully most of the work, so you can just have fun getting frocked up. Okay, I'll shoot back over now.
Thanks, ladies. That's fantastic. I'm now going to introduce our panel for a bit of a chat, a bit of a Q&A. So please all feel welcome Graham Winbank and Sue Innes, 2 of my absolute favourite Frockers. Graham, do you want to give us a bit of a wave and say hello? And Sue, I can't see you. I'm not sure if that's just my my laptop. No, I can see a note that says we can't see you. Here she comes. There she is. Oh, we can. Yep, great. So Sue's coming in now. So Graham, I might start with you because as Sue joins us, I'm going to just get you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about how you've taken part in Frocktober and your why.
Okay, g'day everybody. My name's Graham and I'm 6'2". I have tattooed arms, a beard, and I wear dresses for October. And I've raised a little bit of money for OCRF, not much though. Why I'm here, I lost my wife 4 years ago to ovarian cancer. After a 15-month battle, she was diagnosed stage 4. Why am I here? I raise money for ovarian cancer so that every woman, female, child, does not have to actually go through the same suffering that my wife went through. I've got 2 daughters and 7 grandchildren, 4 of them granddaughters, and I'm searching for a actually early detection test so that they don't have to worry about it.
Fantastic. Thanks, Graham. And Sue, welcome. We can see you. You don't look like a weird ghost now. Welcome.
Yes, thank you. Hi, Georgie.
Thank you for joining us. if you could just give everyone a quick introduction to yourself, a little bit about how you take part in Frocktober and your wife.
Yeah, so I've been doing Frocktober for 6 years, on and off, not all in a row. I started because I enjoyed watching my cousin do it. And when she hung up her frocks, I thought, well, I think I've got enough to maybe fill that space. And actually, after I made that decision, my aunt was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, and I found out that my great aunt had passed away from that. So I'm 47. I'm an interior designer by day, and I live in Brisbane with my husband, my 2 almost grown-up children, and a really cute pooch. I have an addiction for dresses, and I love colour, and I love queer accessories. So Frocktober is just the perfect charity for me to support. My favorite color is teal, and it always has been since I was a tiny little thing. So it's just, you know, come together. The universe has brought it together for me. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you. Graham, I'm going to jump back to you because it is quite the sight seeing you in your different dress every day of Frocktober. Can you step us through a little bit about what happens when you step out into the public in a dress and how you use that opportunity to raise your incredible funds? Graham was very modest before when he said he'd raised a little bit. He's raised tens of thousands of dollars over the last 3 years. So he's been our biggest frocker for a couple of years now. So tell us about that experience, Graham.
Okay, so I've been wearing dresses for 3 years now, and the first year cost me a fortune in dresses, and then I was lucky enough to pick up a sponsor for dresses in little party dress. So they've dressed me for the last couple of years, along with a couple other private boutiques that actually dress me as well. But I suppose my first year was very humbling because I actually had people in their 60s look at me going, oh my God, I was actually working. I'm not far from you, Sue. I'm actually just up the road. But I was actually at one of the major shopping centres, and I walked up to centre management and told them that what I was doing. I was raising money for ovarian cancer and wearing a dress. And they go, as I said, I'm 6'2". I have tattooed sleeves, and I wear dresses, and I make sure those tattoos are out. And I've got a lovely beard, and it's growing bigger and bigger each year. So I work on the shock value, and I carry business cards with me. Part of my trade is I actually wear a business card. Carry a business card with "Love Your Ovaries" written on the front, and on the back are the 5 major facts around ovarian cancer. So if you look at me sideways, you look at me strangely, you're going to get a business card, and on those business cards there's a QR code to my donation page as well. So that's a little hint that I actually have for people as well to get out there. But probably one of my in my first year, one of my most memorable thing was I actually had a donation that was from a 10-year-old boy who said he saw me down at the pub when he was down there for dinner with his parents, and he donated $50 of his birthday money because he didn't want his mum to get ovarian cancer.
Wow,
So
that's amazing.
it just goes to show that you can actually make a change and make a big impact in what you are and who you are.
That's fantastic. Thanks, Graham. So I'll throw back to you. Probably less of a shock value for you wearing frocks, given you've shared that it is something that you love to do. So what are the sort of top things that you do to raise your funds?
I think the main thing is consistency, and I go for quite a polished approach with my campaign. I use a lot of apps to make the visuals look really appealing. You know, I bought myself a selfie stand on, I think, year 4 because my daughter was not interested in being my photographer anymore. So yeah, I picked up a lot of tips in that way, and I guess it's consistency, showing up every day. I've done a lot of events, and I've inspired a whole actual team of women. So it's not just me anymore. There's from year to year, it sort of fluxes between 10 to 25, and we're all over the country. And we all do our own thing. We come together if we can, which isn't always possible given we're far flung, but we try to. We actually mostly met through an online jewelry group, and we're in other private Facebook groups for different brands. And so our love of fashion brought us together. And we've been able to secure sponsors through that over the years with some jewelry brands, some dress and clothing brands in Australia that have really spruiked us and helped us on our way and tapped into their own customer bases to elevate the cause, basically. Yeah.
Fantastic. And can you share a little bit about how you touched on events? I know I've been to one of your beautiful events.
You have.
Tell us a little bit about the event side of things and what it's been important to put them together.
As I remember, you came straight from Graham's to our.
I did.
Yes. So I think that people love being at an event. It's a fun thing to do. And especially if there's, raffle prizes and lucky door prizes, and it really is more of a sisterhood, which is, what's really underpinning the whole campaign, is doing something for women's health and having, a bunch of beautiful women all dressed up and, in their frocks and, some bubbles or some, cocktails and high tea and all of that stuff. It's just people love, an event around it as well. So, I've had a lot of success with events in the last couple of years. And this year I'm actually not running any. Last year was it was very epic last year. And so this year it's a different campaign, but still there, still involved.
I think that's a really important point to make. And Graham, I'll throw to you because I'd like to hear a little bit about your event. But for those of you who are new to Frocktober, and even those who have been doing it for a long time, we've got so many Frockers doing it in so many different ways. And I think that ability to navigate having big events and big moments and then, quieted, slightly different campaigns that are less labor intensive, because we know events can be quite labor intensive to build, is really important. And that's for us part of sort of sharing these kind of tips and tricks to sort of give everyone a broader view of what Frocktober can be, and not putting the pressure on to have events all the time because they are big, and just giving that opportunity to branch into other things. So Graham, you've had events the last couple of years, and you're also taking a quieter approach on the event side this year, although have also managed to somehow sneakily outsource a little event fundraiser for last Sunday night, and I've already got a very big jump on your fundraising. So tell us a bit about your event first, and then working in with the Miss Diamond girls.
Okay, so each year I've been building an event. So I've actually been doing a event at the Scarborough Harbour Brewery the last couple of years, and we've actually outgrown that now. But I suppose I get a lot of donations from sporting memorabilia to auction off, and then I actually auction off all my dresses on that night as well. But part of my crew is I have family and friends that are all males with beards and tattoos as well, so they're actually my models on the night. So they model all the dresses around, and I remember the first function we did, the first 4 dresses went for $400 each, and then were given back to us because they were bought by a male. But so I think we got $600 a dress, and those dresses were worth $70 each. So I suppose it's all about having fun. Like Georgie's been to 3 of my events now, and they're all fun. I have a country rock band, female rock band called Vixens of Fall that actually support me, and they rock the place. We've been told to turn the music down at these places, these events, because they're so loud, but they're great, and it's helping them too, because it's actually getting them out around building their their actual label as well. So it's about building labels, partnering with other people as well. Another thing I do is karma kegs. As a bloke, I love a beer. So I actually contact breweries to put on karma kegs, and they donate a keg to me. Then I find a facility to actually put the keg on, and they put the keg on for free. So all the profit from that keg comes back to Love Your Ovaries. And that's around $1,500 to $2,000 per keg.
Fantastic. Now, you've partnered this year with the Miss Diamond team. Can you tell us a little bit about how that came about and Sunday night's event?
I happen to work with the directors of Miss Diamond International, Miss Photogenic last year on a project, and they were actually looking for a charity to support. And when I told them about me, they said, we're in. So last year, I think it was 3,600 they donated. And on Sunday, I attended an actual their gala event, which was 6 hours of runways from 4-year-olds through to 45-year-olds. And I had the honor of crowning the fundraising ambassador for the year. Now, this little girl, I think she was 4 years old. She was absolutely gorgeous, raised $2,500. But across the whole Miss Diamond International competition, they actually raised $15,206, which all went to OCRF.
Fantastic. So I think that shows the incredible power of partnerships and networking, which is another, I guess, important component of your fundraising. So I'm going to come back to you. How do you stay motivated? It is a big job to get dressed every day, and you've said that you're a frock kind of girl, but what keeps you going, and how do you keep motivated to keep asking your friends and family to support you year in, year out?
I think it's just the importance of the cause. That's really at the heart of it. But I've inspired other people to come on board, and we have, with our team, we have a Facebook group, a private group, and we're all in there, whether we're past team members, current team members, and I think it's really important if you can keep your social campaign like light, fun, entertaining, engaging. But there are the moments where you don't feel like you're really getting traction. Week 3 is just like a drought of donations because there's a flurry of activity to begin with, and then it dies off because there's a lot of people that will donate at the end. They're waiting for the finale. And I understand that. So it's a good place to go, to just go, have a little vent if you need one, G each other up, support each other. It's a really safe place to sort of say anything. And so, yeah, it's just a really good spot for all of us who are doing the same thing to, bounce ideas. This didn't work. What are you doing? All of that sort of thing. So it's a really good support network. So that's sort of what keeps us motivated. And I'll just touch back on the fact that we're having a quieter year, the Dame Frock Stars, which is the team name. And actually it was looking like we were not going to have much of a team at all. But when I sort of said, I'm just going to do a back to basics campaign this year, it's just the frocks, the facts. I'm just going to put it out there every day. Not doing any events, not got any team sponsors, just doing a bit of a quiet one. And they were all quite buoyed by that. And they just went, you know what? Yeah, I can do that too. Like, I don't need to go all in again, because that is a lot of work. And so, yeah, we've actually had a higher return rate, deciding, with a few people saying they were going to do a more low-key campaign this year. So, yeah, it's interesting.
Fantastic. And I think that that speaks to a couple of really important points. One is we have also taken that approach on board around sort of having a safe space for Frockers to come together and share ideas and buoy each other up and get involved interacting with each other. So for those of you out there who haven't yet, join our private Frocktober Facebook group. It's broader than Sue's group. It will include anyone that's registered for Frocktober, but please do that because it's a great place to, get through that week 3 lull and G each other up and motivate each other. And I think the other part about what Sue's just said is the fact that everyone just jumping on board and getting involved again, even if it is lighter than previous, there'll be others that have done it light before that then step up this year and do events. We're seeing a whole lot of amazing events starting to come through from some people that we haven't seen event before, and new Frockers that are starting to already raise great money. So the kind of, I guess, message in that is that everything adds up, and it adds up really remarkably. So everyone just getting involved in whatever way they can in any given year is super, super important. I'm conscious of time. I might pause there and just see if anyone out in the Zoom have any questions. I haven't got any in the Q&A spot yet, nor have I seen any in the chat, but if anyone's got any questions, now is the time to type them. And while you do that, Graham, I might throw back to you and just give us a quick, what's the sort of biggest lesson you've learned in your frocking time?
Wearing a dress is not easy. So each night I actually have a TikTok post where I actually do life in a dress lessons. And probably my biggest one was actually sitting down on the toilet, remembering that I had a train that ended up very wet. So outside of that, the biggest lessons I've learned is manage your own expectations. So Georgie knows that I'm not really stressed coming up to an event because I fund all my own events out of my own accounts personally, and then actually take it out of the ticket prices. So if I'm not hitting my target for ticket prices for me to break even, then OCRF isn't making any money. So that's probably, I've got my daughters and my new partner Wendy, who is my photographer as well. So and my videographer and my actual confidant, who actually tries to keep me calm and that when I'm actually stressing out about my own events as well.
Oh, thank you, Graham. I don't know why you stress about your events because you're magnificent at them, but no, I understand events can be very, very challenging. I've just spotted a question about joining the Facebook group. I think Adele's popped that in the chat, so thanks, Adele. Encourage you all to get around that. No more questions coming through yet, but do type them if you wish. And I will throw to you, Sue, to give us your biggest lesson learned in your time as a Frocker.
I think the thing that has touched me the most is people's generosity. And as a Frocktober participant, you're giving of your own generosity, of your time and, your efforts to participate. But that will be returned like in a way you can't imagine. Like from the generosity, my own generosity to the generosity of your donors, your supporters, sponsors, people who then go on to become Frockers themselves. And people, I think people just, it feels good to be part of something that's good. And people get on board because it's appealing to be part of a movement of change, to be making a difference in women's lives. And we have seen, like in my 10 years of knowing about Frocktober, there has been so many developments for that space. And the OCRF are really leading the charge there. So I think, just don't underestimate people's generosity of spirit. There will be times when you don't maybe get the donations from where you think they might come from, but there will just be a generosity that will humble you. I feel very humbled by the experience that I've had being involved over the years. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you. Graham, I saw you pop your little hand up there. Did you want to add something to that comment?
No, I just was agreeing
Just-
with Sue. I was actually trying to look for an applause clap. Couldn't find it on my laptop.
I agree wholeheartedly. I think that's been my experience as a fundraiser over many, many years. It's that the generosity doesn't necessarily come from where you expect it from. And sometimes you have to check yourself for your perhaps a disappointment at something that you perhaps expected that didn't come, but you do always find that you get some remarkable surprises, and it is an extremely hard experience. I think given there's no more questions, we might wrap it there. Massive thank you to Graham and Sue for joining us tonight. As I said at the start of the call, two of my all-time favourite Frockers. The Dame Frockstars are just such a remarkable team, and I think it's such an incredibly beautiful story at how they've grown and got to know each other from all corners of Australia, and come together united by their love of frocks and their incredible fundraising prowess for us through Frocktober. And Graham is just sort of literally one in a million. You don't find too many bearded, tattooed blokes getting around in dresses, and you do it with such incredible grace and the cheeky sense of fun, but a passion for supporting the OCRF and remembering your beautiful wife. And so we're super grateful to both of you and your communities for all your support. And thank you to everyone on the call that's tuned in, and thank you to everyone that's watched when we pop the recording up online. I hope that you found it really helpful to learn a little bit more about our tips and tricks, and also what a couple of our fab Frockers are doing. If you have any questions or need any further support, you can see there on the screen the community@ocrf.com.au email address. Please do join that Frocktober group on Facebook as well. And please reach out. There's loads of resources online to help you this year, we hope more than ever. A credit to my legendary A team and our great comms team at the OCRF. But if there's anything missing, we would love to add it in if we can. So any suggestions, please reach out and let us know. If you're planning to host an event and haven't let us know, hit us up and let us know. We can help arrange speakers to join you. We can help send little raffle prize packs and things out. We've got a garage full of goodies to support you all with. So please reach out. And if I've forgotten anything, or there's anything you want to clarify, just send an email. But otherwise, happy Frocktober, everyone. I hope it's an enormous success, whatever you're doing. And we look forward very much to seeing you all in your frocks on our socials and sharing those things, and watching your incredible fundraising dollars come in. And please know that it's going to the absolute best research into ovarian cancer that Australia is undertaking. We're very proud of the projects that we're currently funding, and a lot of those are funded by your incredible Frocktober dollars. So, and will continue to be. So thank you so much.